Well, here we go. Now that's some pretty funky music for Sunday, and I apologize for it, but it's the tamest thing I have right now. Okay, here we are. Thank you, Sunday, on Amazing Grace Sports Network. We are here once again. I am Clay Morris on a very sunny day here in Naples, Florida. Blue skies, puffy white clouds, and a buttery yellow, buttery sun. And that's that for that. Thank you, Sunday, where we thank everybody for where we are today. You know, what did we say? Yesterday was kind of a tough day. It was only a tough day because everything went right. Now, when I do Thank You Sundays, unrehearsed for the most part, except when I do with my wife Yukiko, and we do Shakespearean parts, Romeo, Juliet, Othello, Aida, things like that. Other than that, it's unrehearsed, and today's unrehearsed too. Now, when everything goes correct or everything's going great, there's a little doubt, indecision. Well, at least it is to me. It's like, wow, what do I do now? What do I do now? And there's all kinds of things to do. Most of them will be wrong. So there's some doubt in us. And the reason why I say that is because today in church at Mass, there was Didymus, or the person we know as Doubting Thomas, Thomas the Doubter. Jesus appeared to what was left of the 12. So I believe it was, if Thomas wasn't there, it would have been, and Judas wasn't there either, it would have been 10. So when Jesus appeared to what I believe were the 10, they were locked in a room, scared as heck because the Jews had killed Jesus and they were thinking they were coming after them next. And that's a good assumption. I mean, they killed your leader, you probably are next. So they've locked themselves in some room and they're trying to figure out what to do. And Jesus appears to them. And he shows them the holes in his hands and bada boom, and where he got pierced in the side. And they're pretty much amazed, as all of us would be, an apparition coming back from the dead. Anybody, now face it, okay? Your mother, your father, as in Hamlet, his father. So, really? Somebody comes back from the dead. Okay, that's bad enough. And then he's talking to you, all right? And it's like broad daylight, I believe. But he shows you the wounds in his hands where he was nailed to the cross and says, hey, don't worry about it. It's all good. You know, don't worry that you ran away. Don't worry that you took off on me. Don't worry that you denied me. Okay, we're good. And we're going to go on from here. So the 10 who were there were pretty much, very much amazed. And they're like, what the heck? So when they see Thomas, they tell Thomas, hey, we saw Jesus. And of course, I would be like Thomas. And I have to admit, my middle name is Thomas. So maybe there is a lot of doubting in me, as I found out yesterday. Thomas said, well, you know what? That sounds all great and everything. And I know I've been walking with you guys for the last 3 years and talking with you and camping with you and doing things with this guy called Jesus who was just killed for 3 years. I know I was doing that with you, but I don't believe you. No, I don't believe you. And I will not believe you unless he appears to me, because I don't think you guys know what you're talking about. You probably drunk too much wine or too much of whatever you could have imbibed that has an alcoholic beverage tendency to it or alcoholic content. And it probably made you guys see things that weren't really there. On both sides. It's completely understandable, right? On one side, if you saw this, you're off the charts, raving about it. And on the other side, if you're Thomas, you're saying, no, 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 no. I don't think so. I saw them crucify the guy. Okay. I went by there. I mean, I didn't make myself known, but I went by there and I looked. So no. So Dalton Thomas. And then about a week later, Jesus appears to Thomas. Oh, Thomas is with the other 11 at this time, still in probably the same hangout, trying to figure out what to do, hiding from the Jews, probably having food brought to him, ordering out, having it brought. I'm just being, okay, listen, I'm going to be serious. But of course, when he appears to Thomas and he says, okay, Thomas, you doubted me. I mean, that's got to be the worst thing. In other words, he was actually kind of like there when Thomas said he didn't believe him. In other words, God, Jesus is everywhere. So when Thomas said, hey, you know, I don't believe this, he was there. He heard this. So he appears to Thomas, and the first thing he says is, you want to see for yourself? Go ahead. Put your finger through my holes. And now Thomas wants nothing to do with that whole idea that he had at the time when he was doubting. He said, no, no, forget it, Lord. Okay, listen, I believe it's you. Okay, and that settles that. But we all have those moments, don't we? We all have those moments where we doubt God, doubt the existence, doubt his appearance, doubt his power, doubt his whole reason for doing anything that's happening in our lives. What is all this about? Okay, why? Why haven't I been given life? Why have I been able to listen to music, watch television, run, jump, play basketball, play football, laugh, have children, have a wife? Why have I been allowed to indulge in all of this? What is so special about me? Sometimes we get carried away and we think it's about us, but really it's not. It's about giving back, and it's about what happens when everything goes your way. All this time in life, you say, if I just could do this, if I could just do that, if this would just happen to me, my life would be fantastic. Well, what happens when it gets there? Okay. So you need to cure the doubt before you get to that place, is what I found out yesterday. And I have no doubt now. No, I have no doubt. I don't need to put my fingers in any of the wounds of Jesus in order to know there is one. But sometimes you have to go through these moments of doubt in order to get clarity. So I am thankful for that. So if you are going through trials and tribulations, doubts, indifferences, antipathy, apathy, that's what it is, apathy. If you're going through apathy, double down. Read the Bible. Get into it, read it. Read Proverbs, things that were said 4,000 years ago that's still true today. Read Psalms, read the agony and pain that David was going through, some that his son Solomon wrote. Read these things, and God is actually talking to you. I'm sure he's going to talk to you and say whatever he needs to say to you. I can't say what he says to me. Sometimes he talks, sometimes he doesn't. What he says to me, I'm sure, might not be applicable to what you're going through at this time. But we all go through trials and tribulations in order to get stronger, bigger, better, stronger, and longer. That's what I like to say. Bigger, stronger, faster, and longer. It's the motto of the Amazing Grace Sports Network. We are going to get bigger, faster, stronger, and longer. So this same thing is built for you. That's how you got here. You outswam all the rest of the sperm to the egg. You have it in you to make it happen. So with that, I'm closing. If you have any doubts, it's okay. If you have any trials and tribulations, it's okay. You're supposed to go through them, but you're supposed to double down and pray to God to help you through them. That's the purpose of them all, to make you closer to God. Take advantage of it. Enjoy it. I wouldn't say enjoy, but take advantage of it. Double down on God, and you'll go far in this world. Thank you very much for appearing on Thank You Sunday. So I would like to thank my church, St. William's, I went to today. They had a very good mass at 9 o'clock in Naples, mass at 9 o'clock in Naples at the St. William's Church, for giving me that insight as I woke up this morning and needed a little insight on what happens when things are just going your way. What do? You double down and you pray to God and say you're thankful for that. Anything else? Nope. I really got nothing else to say. That's it. With that, I'm closing out. Amazing Grace Sports Network on a Thank You Sunday, April 16th, in the year 2023 of our Lord Jesus Christ. So glad to have made it from Algeria to Zimbabwe and all the countries in between. I say to you, hasta la vista. Ciao. How are we going to do this? Do it like this. Oh, wait a second here. Yeah. Hasta la vista. Ciao. Vaya con Dios. Anybody got it? Au revoir. And, next time we get together, I'll have about 10 other languages that I can say goodbye to you in. Hopefully you'll recognize them all. My English is not that, my other languages aren't that great. Have a good day, everybody, and goodbye.